Community Podcast.
Welcome back to the Community Podcast. We're excited to spend some time with you today talking about the way that Louisa businesses can grow and connect with the community, whether that be through social media or local events. We know that every business is different. Everyone has their unique challenges, but if there's any way we can help, even just a little, that's what we're here for. So, Chrissy, why do you think local events are important to Louisa businesses?
So great question. A lot of you might not know this since I was not having a business here, but I was a small business owner and I ran a small women's boutique. One of the big things that we did was events, though. You think clothing and you're not really thinking events, but it was a huge thing for us. We did a lot of sales then, but it really showed people and my customers their experience that I was wanting to give them. So whether it be just that one-on-one time with me, connecting, what people are wanting when they're going into your business is whatever experience you're selling them. It's not usually the good, it's the who is it? Why are they shopping? That's why we all shop local.
Yeah. What experience are you getting at the business that you walk in, and what experience are you wanting to give the community?
Exactly. So I think that for each business that's different, whether you are a restaurant, you're wanting your servers to come up and greet them and be positive and exciting and welcoming them, whether it's a shop and you're wanting to say, hey, is there something you're looking for, any special occasion you're shopping for, and be that kind of assistant holding their hand through the purchase.
Right.
Madison, so you are most known for your social media guru stuff. Tell us a little bit about why businesses should invest in social media.
So a business should invest in social media, and it's not even an investment because it's really no cost to get social media for your business. I think the most important thing about having social media to businesses is what I hear a lot is the time that comes with it. That's like the only investment. There's other investments you can make with social media, but when it comes to like upfront costs, the only thing you have to worry about is time. But if you really want to like increase your visibility to the community, that's really what you have to put some time into is your social media presence. It's a way to connect with the community through storytelling and showing just really what you're all about. Because I think we're in a really digital world, especially now. And I think if you don't get up to date with social media and your online presence, I think you're at a significantly lower advantage when it comes to selling your products or selling your business and connecting with the community.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that one of the first things I do before I go somewhere is let me look them up. Let me see what their Facebook is like. Let me see, what they've got going on to see, is it worth my time going out there, honestly. I think that social media is something that is a useful tool. And while it does take your time, I think it's a significant increase that you will see from even just that slight change.
Right. And especially local businesses. You have the people that come in from out of town. But if you're really trying to get consistent business, I feel like growing that online presence and really showing who your brand is and having that connection with the community to where they feel like they can trust you and trust your business and they want to tell other people about it is really where that online presence comes from. And same for local events. So how can businesses get involved in even local events?
Yeah, so y'all know I'm an event girly. All things events I'm here for. I think that what really is important about those is it's bringing a community of people together. And honestly, that's what your small business is about, bringing a community of people together. So why not align those two things? I know Parks and Recs has a lot of great events. There's other local churches that do great events. Louisa is, I think, really thriving in the event space, and it's something that's going to keep going and growing, whether it's the county fairs or, your church spring markets, things like that. I think that anytime you can get out there and get in the community and really showcase your brand to the people who are there and going to be shopping consistently, I think why not take that opportunity? Why not show yourself? Why not tell more people about what you're doing and what products you have?
Right. And a lot of those places, they do have somewhat of a cost to join the event. But even if you're worried about wasting your time, nobody's going to buy anything, spend that time to connect with the community, like make those connections, try to at least get people to know about your business, know what you're all about so that if they do possibly, let's say you're a candle making company, they're like, they want a candle, they'll remember that. They'll remember that connection that they made at the market, if it was a good connection, and they'll go back to you.
And I think that's one of the really big things about when you're thinking about what does your setup look like really stop and think, what is going to be bringing somebody over to me? Like, is it a flashy sign? It doesn't have to be. It can be you, genuinely just you as a person. Are you engaging them, or are you sitting in a chair behind your tent just waiting for them to come up and not interacting with them at all? That's not going to be something that somebody's really going to look for and thrive for. And remember, back in their brain, they're going to want somebody who's connecting with them, asking them questions, telling them about how that product was made even. Whether, I know we have a lot of like local people who do bakery and jellies and jams, like tell them how that's made. Like, do you have a beehive at home that you and your husband cater to every weekend? Like, we want to know those stories, and that buy-in is a lot of times what gets other people to buy your product.
Right. And the same thing goes for social media. You tell your story, tell what your brand's all about. Just do it online. Do it to where if people look you up, they know what your brand's all about. Through real estate, we do a lot of short, funny reels. Mm-hmm. And some people might think, and I used to, like, before doing it, I was like hesitant because I didn't know if people would take me seriously if I was doing short, funny reels. But people come up to me and my partner, Stacy, well, my mom. She's my mom, but her name's Stacy. And they come up to us all the time and just, they love it. They love seeing us, and they remember us from it. So do something that people remember you by, whether it be the story of your brand, how you came about. It's just what your online presence is.
Yeah. And I think that, like you were saying, they come up to you. Why? They had an impact. You had an impact on them. Whether it be a funny impact, an emotional impact, it doesn't matter. You had an impact, and that's going to be something that they remember.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important with both social media. Anytime you're running your business, honestly, I think it's important that you keep that impact. And a lot of people, I think it was like, I looked it up recently, it was like 90+% of transactions are done out of emotions.
Right.
I mean, even with Parks and Recs, we're wanting to cater to people's emotions. We're wanting them to see the value of what their child is getting from our program. And if they can see that and feel that through our pictures and our words, then that's going to sell itself. We don't have to push them buy. We just want to show them that experience.
Yeah, and that's there's multiple mistakes that I see a lot of people make when it comes to social media, and that's one of them is just buy. Come buy this, come buy this. It's I would say like a turn off for people. They don't want to constantly be seeing that. Same with not posting consistently. You'll post like once a month, or you'll post too much of the same thing. And if you post something, if you spend the time to post something, make sure you have a link or a contact information so you can get brought back to what you're selling. Because if you don't have that, there's really no point in doing it if they can't figure out a way to buy that product or contact you. So those are some of the mistakes I see a lot of people make with regards to social media.
And a lot of times when they're on social media, I know I speak for personal experience, I'm on my social media late at night, my kids are in bed, and I'm just scrolling. If it's not at a touch of my finger, I'm probably not going to keep going through with the purchase. I want to know, how can I buy it? How do I stop by? I want to know all the things right then and there. Like, and whether it's a link to your website that I can get that information, or it's in the post or on your Facebook page, I'm open to all those as long as I'm knowing of how can I get this cool product.
Right. And for like booths and stuff, do you think there's something specific that really makes them stand out, or is there a way to help make their booths stand out, or you think it's just like the presence they have? You have to like look inviting, be smiley, be happy, or is it like a certain decorating of the booth?
I think that it's a little bit of all, and it's really depending on what you're selling. I can think of some of our current vendors that we have in our booths all the time. They're always at all of my events, and some of them are that just happy-go-lucky person. They're, so excited and making connections with everybody. And some are a little bit more mellow, and that's okay because their product is not needing all of that energy. They're just excited to showcase. For one of them is the dog product, and she's just calm. She has a sweet little dog with her. And it's nice to see like, okay, I get to go and connect with this dog. And obviously I'm a dog lover too. She sells a dog product. It's great. So it works out.
I think if you have a dog at any of them, even if you're not selling attention. A dog product, that's probably a good sales idea.
For sure. You're going to get attention. Any type of cute little fun things. I would say another one is really good signage. That way people aren't having to ask all these a million questions. While we want you to interact with people, signage is key too. Some people might not be as outgoing and wanting to know, and they might just look for a price, or they might just look for like, what is it, you know? But if they're not having to know what it is by asking you, at least the sign.
Yeah, and have cards available.
Yeah, always business cards is another huge one. Like, and I know a lot for our events, our Wi-Fi is not good down at Walton Park.
Yeah.
So if you can take like cash and Apple Pay or Venmo, those are another huge bonuses that I know a lot of people appreciate.
Gotcha. And does it matter what kind of events they're at, or should somebody be, I guess it depends on your business, on how particular you want to be with what kind of events you're at.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely something that you need to think about before you're putting yourself in there. I know as when I was a small business owner with clothing and women's items, I had some kids stuff too. I was open to being at almost every type of event as long as it aligned with like my core values. But, you know, I went to events that had alcohol at breweries and things like that. And I was fine with showcasing my stuff still. You know, if I sold, I'm trying to think, if maybe I sold dog items, I would probably want to be at a space where pets were welcome. And, you know, outdoor spaces are great for that. I'm sure that they would still do well in indoor spaces just because people love our pets just like their kids. Mm-hmm. But they would probably do better at an outdoor space.
Yeah. So audience is a big thing. And I think the same goes with social media. You have to know, one of the biggest things you should ask yourself as a business owner is, who are you marketing to? Who is your target audience? Or people would say your target persona. Who is that person that you're trying to sell to? Is it a mom? Is it a dad? Is it a teenager? You know, and that's what you kind of have to figure out which platforms you want to market on. I think Facebook is number one for events and things like that. I think if you want to do more reels, I mean, I think you should post on multiple at a time as well. I don't think you should only do one. I think if you're spending the time to make a post, you should do Instagram and Facebook. But when it comes to like, if you're marketing to more teenagers are more on Instagram now. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing something that's kind of like a reel, which would be Instagram based, then that's the platform you want to be on for that audience. And same for Google business page. You make a Google business page so people can look you up, which is really important. Or if you have a spot where your business is located that people go to, definitely want to do that as well so that people can map you and figure out where your business is located if they want your products.
Yeah, I think that showcasing who you're marketing to is also really helpful. I mean, I remember thinking back to like when I was running my business, like, okay, who is that person? Every little thing I wanted to know about them. Like, what type of TV shows do they watch? Do they have kids? Where are they going on their weekends? What are they doing? How can I cater to them to make this easier transaction for them?
Yeah, you have to figure out who your target audience is. That's like a number one thing when you don't have to be a marketing guru to be able to market your business. I think you get really complicated into the fine details of things and you start looking things up and all these SEO and all this other stuff comes up and you're like, whoa, I can't do it. So I think one of the main things to do is just figure out who you're marketing to. Because if you don't know that, you don't know who to make your content based for. So, I mean, there's lots of resources online for people to go to and use to figure out who their target persona is, or really honestly just think broadly about it. If I'm selling babies' clothes, you know, that's pretty obvious to who you're marketing to, but some things are a little more complicated. So I think that's just really important to figure out.
I think that a lot of times, you touched on a little bit, this can seem so overwhelming to a lot of business owners. It's like, I'm already putting in all my time being at my business, running my small business. It's overwhelming to even think about my social media. But there are so many free and helpful tools out there that can cater to them. Can you tell us some that you would recommend? So
Canva is free. There's a pro version, which I use. I use the pro version. But Canva is also a free tool to use for people, and they have lots of templates on there, and it's super easy. Another thing is to just go simple. Post some high quality pictures. I never recommend anybody to not post not high quality pictures, like if they're blurry. I don't use those, but you don't need an expensive camera. Most iPhones have perfectly good quality. Just post some pictures and add a fun caption just to show what your business is all about. It doesn't have to be as complicated as people make it.
Yeah, I think another thing is like engagement. Let people engage with your posts. Like make it fun, make it interactive. We recently did a post that went crazy, and it was, help us vote for what the Christmas theme should be.
Right.
And because people interacted, more people saw it. And I think that's huge. Like let your audience talk to you.
And another way that I love to do this once in a while with both real estate and Parks and Rec, I love to do giveaways. Especially if you have products that you sell, I think it's super fun to give away your products. I think it's fun to give things away, but also it encourages people to follow you. If you follow me and like this post, you're entered automatically in the giveaway. So then you already have people who are following you, engaging in your posts. And honestly, I like to do tag somebody in the post as well. I think that's really important because then have all these other people tagging other people in your posts. And I think those are good to do once in a while to really boost your engagement.
Everybody wants to win something, right?
Right. Oh, and another thing I always encourage people to do is to schedule things out a week in advance. So you already have a whole week's worth of content scheduled out, and then you just do it once a week. And I know everybody's schedule is different, especially, people with kids. Like, I do understand that, and I hate to sound like biased. Like, I know that everybody's schedule is different. But if possible, I think that's definitely the better way to go. It's just to spend an hour, maybe 2, a week posting for the next week.
Yeah.
And I think that makes things easier.
And I think that even if you're having downtime in your shop or your business, like use that time and creatively think of like, how can I do this? So another intimidating thing is, what type of posts would you recommend?
So I think to start out, there's lots of posts. I said like giveaways, but like day in the life of, I don't know, somebody who's making soaps, just to show what goes into making those soaps. And if you have ratings, like 5-star reviews, post them. People want to know if they should trust your business and trust what you're making. And if you showcase the good, don't post bad reviews, but showcase the good reviews, people can find trust in that and continue to go there.
Another great quote that I heard, I don't even know if it's a real quote, but I hear James say it all the time to us is, who's going to advocate for your business more than you? Nobody.
Right.
Advocate for yourself. Shine the light on you. Like, this is your opportunity. It's your business. Tell everybody all the goodness about it.
So, and another way you can shine light on your business is to host an event. What are some events people can host themselves?
Yeah, that's a great idea. So, there's all types of events that businesses can do. I've seen a lot of the breweries and cideries have some really creative ideas, whether it be trivia nights or bingos. Another one that I really like is a sip-in shop. So whether it be a soda bar or, some bubbly, but having that to shop. A summer favorite is Pops and Shop. So just do some ice cream cones or some ice pops. Invite friends, families. One of our favorite downtown businesses, they're no longer there, but they used to do story time. They were a kids consignment shop and they did story time. I think that's so great. They're catering to their target audience, right? Moms who have kids, and the kids are getting to enjoy a little bit too, while moms still get to shop. So I think anything like that. Restaurants, I know a lot of restaurants aren't open on Sundays, but when we have big events like Super Bowl, open those doors, do a Super Bowl watch party, make it fun, make it something that people are going to want to go to. Like, go big or go home with these events.
Right. And this is something that I feel like, it can be daunting, but also I think it's a must in today's day and time, which is AI.
Yes.
So AI, I know there's so much talk about AI, but I think it helps you so much. And if you learn to utilize it, which it's not hard, but if you learn to use it, especially for social media, then you are so much better off than you would be without it. And there's so many different AI tools out there, but a lot of them are free tools that you can use to help boost your posts and make them more engaging or sound better. And I always encourage people to do that as well.
I think that if we have these tools and they're free, why not use them? What can you lose by using them?
Yeah. At first, when AI came out, I was like, I don't know about this. But then it's like, at the same time, if you don't utilize things that are different in the industry, you are automatically behind. So in order to stay on top of the game and stay competitive, you kind of have to go with how the world is going and how the industry is moving. And one of those things is AI. You just kind of have to learn to use it. And it's not even really learn to use it. You just have to use it because it does put you at a different hierarchy and when it comes to the industry and competition.
So another question, and I guess it goes kind of for both of us about We Can Talk. How can social media and events both go together?
So I think having an event, if you have an event, you're going to want to advertise it because then nobody's going to show up. And I've hosted events before for real estate where nobody showed up. And it's not fun. So when you host an event, you want to make sure you put it on platforms, which again, Facebook is probably the number one for events. You make an event on Facebook, and it goes when people are searching things on finding things to do on Facebook, yours will pop up. So I think social media is a great way to advertise those events you have.
Yeah, and I think that what's really nice about how Facebook has their events set up is you can post not only in your regular page, your business page, but also in the page of your event. So people who are really truly interested in about your event, they can get all of that information right there. If you're doing ticket sales, Facebook can do that. It has all the information anytime. Like I said, if I'm searching on something, I want to know all the details right then and there. Facebook has that option for you.
Right.
So, for example, we just had an event Fridays after 5 at Parks and Recs, and we had good service. We were at a great venue. We were at Lake Anna Tap House, and I whipped out my phone because I saw the experience that everybody was having and said, you know what, Parks and Recs rarely does this, but let's go live. Okay. I went live showcasing what was happening. You know, we had the showstoppers there. We had James DJing, everybody enjoying what Lake Anna Tap House has to offer. We had kids events, and people were so engaging in that. We had everybody dancing from seniors to 5-year-olds. So I think that experience in the live itself really got people talking and engaging. And I think right now it's one of our top posts. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. And also, it's such a simple thing to do a live video. All you do is basically record like you would on a phone, but it's going live. Yep. I mean, you don't have to do it for a long period of time. It's just showcasing what your event's all about. Or honestly, go live and showcase your products. Yeah. It can't hurt to do that. And using hashtags to increase some visibility and tagging people in your posts. All of that is simple stuff that does. It might seem small, but it does increase visibility.
Well, and like, for instance, when we're having events with these other businesses, we like to tag them because not only is it helping us, showing that, you know, all these people are coming to our events, but it's helping us show up on those people's platforms and pages. So not only are we showcasing to our audience, but now their audiences as well.
Yeah, there's so much you can do with social media. There's also YouTube, which if you want to get more into, you know, the social media world, there's email. That's not really social media. Actually, it's not social media, but it's a digital way of reaching people. So if that's something like, I feel like if people want to reach out more than Facebook and Instagram, which I think are the two that people think about when they think of marketing. But there's also email. Email people that have bought your stuff before. Email people in your community. It's same with YouTube. You can post videos on YouTube, and those stay around for a long period of time. Like, they don't just go away. The YouTube shorts do, but if you post a longer video on YouTube, those stick around for a long time. When you look things up on Google, they sometimes go up if they're ranked highly, which I can go into long detail about that. But do your research on YouTube. That's also another great tool to use.
And it's something that we are venturing into. But I think that for the beginner, like, what platform should they go to?
For a beginner, I think do your Google business page so people can find you on Google, because I think that's like when people are looking for something specific. Like, I keep saying soaps. I don't know why I'm thinking soaps today, but soaps and Louisa, you know, you want to make sure your business pops up and that they can map themselves to you so they can find your business. But also Facebook and Instagram.
And those two go together.
Yeah, they do. But if you're a beginner, those are the 3 things I think you should do.
Awesome. Guys, so much for joining us for the community podcast, where we got to focus on small businesses and some things that we think will bring value to your business. Please like and subscribe, share this videos with others. If you are a small business and you enjoyed this and you're looking for more information on how you can get help, we'll have some links in the comments below. Thanks.